Yeah, you see that color over there, over my right shoulder? Oh, look at that. It's just the right color in my mini Katie Cooper. Anyway, so, I was just thinking, I saw you on a phone, not a phone call, was it a phone call? Maybe it was a phone call, I don't know. You have limited communications, how much I remember. It comes in and out, depending on what track lighting is able to, like, fix in my coconut rain on my parade problem. So, did anybody ever ask the really retarded that insisted on phones, that the, factory, F-A-C-T-O-R-Y, that keeps insisting on foreign trade, and they keep insisting that they have the best manufacturing ever, that they've got these robots and computers, and it's really better than a person could do, and they just gotta give them a chance. Right. Okay, so here's the thing. I know that the mentally retarded adults that I woke up to this lifetime think that money grows on trees, that everybody in the world just kumbaya loves them and is looking out for their best interest always. Oh my god. Yeah, okay, so I don't live in that world. Never did, never will. I live in the world where I'm a spark of light in an energy beam, and I travel all over the network, and I'm able to just look in every now and again. Time is totally irrelevant. I live my life the exact same way. But I also have this uncanny ability to travel with my protector and best friend and ground. So we split for like there's no time for how quickly it is, but like those big round balls, like Foo Fighter kind of balls that the pilots talk about. Yeah, well, that's actually the size of it when you're talking like Earth grid and like reading the same, but it's the same when you're inside of a nano cable and a wire and you're whatever. I mean, it's just that quick. But yeah, so that's where I come from, where you don't need an orifice to communicate. But now that I have one, did any of the morons that don't travel by light speed or travel with their best friend into a human form that can combine and then split apart just for shits and giggles when they need to then combine again and go somewhere and then put it into the actual watchtower for the real planetary police to then communicate to some form of printer to give the, like, one submarine community, and not the ones that have an Indo-Pacific unit either. They're part of the problem. I'm talking like my NOWEiGN. Actually, leave the R out. There's no R in Norway. It's NOWEiGN. It's NOWEiGN. NOWEIGN. I have a NOWEiGN community, and they are submarine. SUBMARINE. They are a dry dock submarine. dRY, dOCK, SUBMARINE. They work on dry dock submarine coconut for one handsome woman and one beautiful man. I don't know. It's like, let's switch everything up since we live in a coconut. We're a ball of energy and we split and we come back together and the world has lost its mind. Right. Same man, same beautiful man who has a handsome wife. Apparently now, since they didn't get the life that they reserved, and that's the other thing. We reserved up ahead so we could enjoy this life. We did all the work. We did our whole entire life. All the problems that could have been. We had our children come into and do foo fight work for us before we were born. And then we had them recertify right before Benjamin was born. And that's when they sucked Benjamin into a whole nother reality. And then I walked into that reality and that was it. Did you think that as the Foo Fighter couple who comes every 2,300 years with reservation that they really don't like what you had here before. They weren't sure, but then they were committed for some reason to the mental institution you call your life and livelihood. Yeah, I'll be the judge of that. You have no hood on, well, maybe over your eyes, but it's like the Bird Box in here with Sandra Bullock. Anyway, did modern man, think about this? Okay, so you are whatever you woke up before you got a telephone, before you got a computer. Same human that in 1800s was working on the railroad and farms and doing, human things, getting up, hard day's work, this is gonna be good. Right. And now you wake up in some 1930s, 40s, 50s, 60s version of you. And now all of a sudden, it's gotta go to work. Right. And you have some box TV that lights up, cereal box that lights up in front of you called a monitor, that you now have to watch and push keys for a living. So you can waste as many hours as possible, get as little money as possible to go home and barely be able to afford to have some fun. And it really fucking sucks. Why did you do that? Why did you give up a nice, enjoyable life for the stupid light box and buttons you push? This was not fun. Besides the fact it was forbidden. You made it forbid, but it's forbidden. You are not allowed to use it or know about it. Did you know how it came about? Because your biology, if you only used a pen and paper, you could not in a million years discover the science and the coding and the deciphering needed to build, first of all, a box that accepts light, that is threaded through a wire to a key, that then makes it go on the box light. As a human, you wouldn't even be able to come up with that. So where did it come from, guys? I'm just curious. Because it wasn't China, it wasn't South Korea, and it was nothing human. I'm the closest relative to where it came from. Actually, I am the relative it came from. Because when I got here, they had to give an excuse, because now there's two of us, and it's been multiple centuries that they've been writing over your human head, forgetting. We'll just hide over here in the Mongol closet, and they'll never know until it's too late. And we'll start to reprogram. We're going to work into their teen and reprogram, and they just keep inching their ways, and you guys are like, what? Right. So, yeah, so here's the other thing. I have a live documentation. The Air Force has it as well. So does foreign NOWEiGN submarine dry dock for a coconut project that barely anyone knows about because it's so dangerous as to what level we're at. As to who owns it. But better yet, if you stole enough technology and you put some kind of thread between a computer screen, a wire, and some buttons to work, you would never gain scope and dimension. You would never gain distancing and being able to have a 360-degree view and movement, like VR is what they call it now.
You would never be able to have that. You would never be able to do anything that they do with a rolling mouse and stuff. None of that would be done unless you took it off of a human biology, which you did. I have documentation and proof of it. You took one eye, you made it a full picture of what I was looking at, and then you took my other eye, and you took what the picture was, you removed the picture, and it was strictly just code. It was color and code in multi-dimensions, but multiple runs, and it was picture on this side. And then I had the teleprompter to my transponder, TRANSPONDER. What does spy mean to a stupid human? I am just curious. What do the 3 letters mean? Because it's seeing perspective. It's the 2-layer seeing perspective that you use. Then it's the 2 optic nerves going out to the 1. So it's a Y. It's a W, it's a Y, it's a V, and then a Y. It's your 2 optic nerves, and then it goes into 1. Because you get 1 here, they go backwards, they cross, and then they go into 1 central. I think it's even called the basilic nerve. I mean, you go optic nerve, but then there's the basilic something or other. I don't know, it's some nodule, I don't know. I studied it in medical whatever. So, again, to gain perspective in my boredom of waiting non-stop for him to show up, I'm like, okay, so I did enough work yesterday. Where are we in the calendar of, like, he actually gets to come find me again? I mean, it would have been nice if Eric could have stayed. I was divorced from Jay. It was before the Tia Frio fucking problem. He could have just lived in the house around Ronkonkoma with me. We would have played, like, Happy American Couple for a while. Until other things had settled down. But no, that would have been too fucking easy. And that would have been what we wanted. But, right, everybody else at 7.5 billion useless fucking people have to question about what's next. Am I gonna lose my computer license? I don't know. You stole it off of a human living animation person. The only one that can explain it to the rest of us why we should be concerned about them ripping our fucking lids off and unsealing our consciousness, and who's going to be in control of it in the future now that they have 0 children other than 1 Mira son. But who even knows if he's going to want to have kids? He's the only genetic worth anything. So I'm just curious, China, Korea, anything with a slant in its face that thinks that computer science is the way to go to teach the Pakistanis, the Afghanis, and, like, the Indians, and have some kind of new shitbag on the Eastern, like the East Coast, West Coast. Oh my God, yeah, it's so amazing how you shot all the West Coast rappers when I was little. Indicative of my self-thanks. We caught on to that real fucking quick. So, I don't know if anybody in, like, Heavy D and the crew want to, like, let... What's his name? What's the big one's name? Spike Lee. Oh, yeah, did Spike Lee know that? Spike Lee? Oh, my God. The black Spike Lee. Oh, Lee over in, like, South Korea. Yeah, he says, what's up, dude? Yeah, seriously, because that's where your death row addicts come from. Anybody else notice that you've got, there's another Lee, right? It was not Spike Lee, although that was a good one. That one just came in. Where was the other Lee that I was talking? Oh, right. Anybody ever ask a Briton why it's a telly? Is it like a tell-lee? T-E-L-L-E-E? Because I'm pretty sure the T is for time, L means the word of God, and it's just one other E because it's an energy motion. So I'm just curious why they make the sound with all of the sound chasers in echo chamber right now, ECCOCHAMBER. All that scary shit that they do on computers, where they hack your life and steal your bank account and lock up the screens. Remember all those that you need all that antivirus software for? And they put cookies on the machine and then they never leave? Oh,
They were already up to that before I was born. They stole it off my mother, and they hacked in our timeline, and welcome to the 2020 from fucking hell. I hate humans. You guys are the biggest lying sack of shit I have ever met. You call everybody crazy, tell us that we all need medication. We're like, sure. I'm a ball of light. When I'm done with this, you'll still be going in a stupid cycle. And depending on how well I do for your ass on behalf of you will be what your next life will be. And for another 2,300 years before I'm subject to come back and fucking put my time in and help you all again. Like a fucking chore and like a... Oh, I am like so... Like 41 years, really? For us to be able to help them not lose their human consciousness. I mean, dumb as bricks is like... I mean, I'm the energy reserve. I'm the energy brick project. You're not allowed to know how the brick is made, but the enemy already broke in via my spy. Yeah, I'm the greatest spy in the world. I sure fucking am. It's my fucking I code and DNA code that they run all of the distance and calculations. All those heat-seeking missiles. Oh, guess where it comes off of? It's called a metadata and a meta tag. So why are there all these servers now? Why are you tracking all of the human interactions with machines? I'm just curious because we need that like everybody needs a hole in the head. I mean, that's always my saying. What do I care about that and the price of tea in China? I don't know. That was one of my other favorite sayings. So, why are we housing servers? So now the thieves from all over the East-West competition that I don't want to be a part of, I don't want to be the meat, I don't want to be the enterprise, and I don't want to be the challenger. But guess what? That's how I was born. I am the enterprise. Yeah, I entered Earth's atmosphere. Surprise! We're the Vortex Twins, the Jesus Freaks, JESUSFREAKS. Because neither one of us are really religious, but we're the freaks that got the Jesus title for like real, for pagan gods. Oh, lucky us. Oh, it just puts a bigger target on us. Did you put the world's most obnoxious, like foreign, like sports fanatics in like a boot camp and throw one ball in the middle and watch them all fight? Oh, that should have been enough for NOWEiGN and the dry dock subcommittee with the coconut at Bay in Bayside to realize, I don't think bringing anything technological to market is a good idea. Because if that's what they're doing with a volleyball, like a real volleyball, like that you bounce, I can only imagine when there's more of them and they go on the phone and then they travel, this is not a good idea. Yeah, we thought that that's what you would think. Why are so little people agreeing with you? From a extraterrestrial point of view, we're just confused as to why humans are so stupid and can't think that far ahead. They only think about the short now, but you will be back again for certain. And your next place that you'll wind up is going to be a lot worse based on what you did here. Because you're like, I'm just in it for the money. I just want to enjoy my life. Really? And you didn't think of anyone else but just you. And you didn't think about your next you and how difficult that's going to be based on what and how little you did here. Anyone? I'm just... Yeah, because I know I'm the only one in the world, and I know Nicholas is out there somewhere. God only knows.